This is the Animal Factory Amps Baron Samedi module. If I could describe what this model does in a few words, I would have, but we've tried and we just cannot nail down what it does. Although it is based off a Baron Samedi fuzz pedal, the Eurorack module is a beast of its own. It can mangle your sounds you feed it, CV it in various ways, or act as an oscillator itself. Let's quickly take a look at the controls. At the top we have the life knob. It's a strange notch filter, either extremes will cut off the highs, and sweeps the frequency range in the middle. The death knob, the death knob. A clockwise rotation engages the gate, almost killing yourself. The death knob. The death knob. A clockwise rotation engages the gate and almost killing your sound, and it cuts the bass. The burial knob. This accentuates the lower harmonics. The fuzz knob or the rum knob controls the gain of the whole circuitry. The blend knob controls the weight between your clean signal and your distorted signal. The volume knob controls the volume of your final output. And we have two switches, one for the death CV and one for the burial CV. These need to be turned on to access the death and burial CV inputs. Now over here we have the live CV input, the death CV input, the burial CV input, and the voodoo. The live CV controls your life, the death CV controls your death, the burial CV controls your burial, and the voodoo acts like a feedback. Now, out of these four CV inputs, the life and the voodoo take unipolar positive signals, and the death and the burial can accept bipolar signals. And there are center to 10 pots, so they can also act as attenuators. Now, at the bottom, we have the input, the clean output, which sends your unattenuated clean signal straight out. You have the distorted output, which just sends your fully distorted signal. And we have the mix output, which you can control with the blend knob. Sweet, let's take a look at some sounds going through it. I'm going to feed a simple sine wave first, and we can take a look at the output over here on our data. So I'm taking the sine wave input from my plats, and we can see a nice clean signal coming out over here. Let me just turn this off. It's kind of a sine wave, not really, but yeah, let's take a look at that. So since I'm taking the out from the mix out, I can blend it and we get all our volume cut out because our volume knob is down. And instantly, with all the knobs down, you can hear the Baron doing its magic. Let's bring up the life knob. And this is with no additional gain added into the circuitry. So let's bring up the rum now. And of course you can also blend between clean and dirty. Let's check out the voodoo knob. Just take a listen. This is what we started off with. This is what the Baron does. Great. Now let's take a look at the... Let's take a look at it mangling some drums out. So I'm setting a kick drum in. So that's a clean. I can turn the knobs down again. Just keep the volume up at 3 o'clock. Let's bring in some CV into the mix. I'm going to turn on my dead CV. Let's check out the burial CV. Let's check out the Voodoo CV as well. And the life. You can also use these switches to change and mangle your sound how you like. Let's try sending it some gates. So again, this is just a gate signal coming in. Let's turn up our Voodoo a little bit. And finally, let's look at it as a no input oscillator. So I'm going to remove my CV, and there's no input, and it just self-oscillates. It is a little finicky to get it to work. We bring in some feedback with Voodoo. And some CV control. And you can get an interesting sound. Let's bring the drums back in. and you can instantly just mangle anything you send in. This is what we start off with. There you go. That's the new Baron Samedi by Factory Amplifications. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.